Okay everyone, we are back again with another faction overview video. This time it's for the Elder Scrolls Total War mod. A mod that really never took off with the Total War community, even when it was new and fresh. It is no longer new and fresh, but it's still well worth playing. Now we're going to do an overview of the Clans of the Black Marsh, aka Argonians, because that's probably one of the factions I have most experience with. Although it has been quite it's been over a year, maybe a year and a half since I actually played this mod. Right, but what I do remember is you only need 2 units. Yes, you've got, actually, how many are available? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 24, 32 units available. You only need 2. That's it, 2. You can use more if you want. The 2 you need: Argonian hunters, Argonian militia. Why do you need Argonian hunters? Because despite being literally the cheapest in your roster, almost, very nearly, and also one of the cheapest in the mod, they put out a lot of kills. I mean a lot. Not only do they kill a lot with their arrows, they kill a lot because they have sharpened stakes. Yep, that's right, one of the cheapest units in the mod have sharpened stakes. Put them down, kill the enemy cavalry, withdraw. That's all you need to do. In fact, get 10 of those, that's your full stack. Put those down, put the stakes down, put those behind them, kill as many as you can, withdraw behind them, keep killing. You will not worry about losing your Argonian militia. They are dirt cheap, they're militia. They're there to die. They will hold long enough. After you've killed off about half the enemy army with your Argonian hunters, they will take care of at least another quarter of them, maybe more. It'll take a while to chew through 10 units of those. In the meantime, these will be killing them. Couple of units you really don't need or want. Now you have very limited cavalry. You've got clan riders and you've got some Jav Cav. Both are terrible. They skirmish very badly. Cavalry units, and in fact many units in this mod, have very weird spacing on them. They get strung out very easily. Which means they get caught, but then when you're trying to capture riding units, they don't seem to want to engage with them because they're all strung out as well. So yeah, the next time I play this mod, I'm actually going to try and fix the spacing on them. I know there's an unofficial patch for this mod which might fix it. I've never tried it, but yeah, if you try this mod, spacing is an issue on them. So what I actually tend to do is get some Argonian lumbermen, put them behind the flanks. Once you've routed the enemy army, run those ones out, because they're almost as fast as these, and they're actually better at capturing enemy units. That's what I found. And also, despite being one of the cheapest out there, and literally one of the first units you'll have access to, they're also good against armor, and you will be coming up against higher armored units. So yeah, put a couple of units behind your flanks. Once your enemy actually engages with your militia, run them around, hit them in the rear, it'll break them, and then you can shoot the enemy in the rear with these. Now if you actually run out of these in your recruitment queue, you'll have access to the ambush masters, because they come from either the same building or the next tier up, and those are also dirt cheap. Same number of men, they can also put down stakes, and they have 1 more missile damage. What you don't want are these 2. These are very weak in melee, and these are very weak in missile. I know it says 9 compared to 6, or 9 compared to 7. They just do not get as many kills in my campaigns. Plus, despite being more expensive, these cannot put down stakes, which is somewhat odd. I don't know if it's a glitch or a bug in the mod that they can put down stakes and those, but not these ones, which are the higher tier. Now you've got a couple of units that this mod actually has two campaigns, 3rd and 4th era, and I think this one and this one are only available in one of the campaigns. I don't remember having them in my campaign, and I'm pretty sure I recruited everything that I could, and I'm pretty sure that was a 3rd era campaign. So don't know if it tells you whether they're available in which campaign or not, but I think they're only available in one, so I don't have too much experience with those. But going by their cost and the fact that they can't put down stakes, I would not recommend them over these two either. Now this unit, that's actually your general's unit, because you have an infantry general. I mean, he has 150 men, so that's good. But again, you're very limited in your cavalry. Taking out enemy skirmishers, enemy cavalry, going after enemy artillery is quite difficult. Not only are they widely spread out because of the spacing issue, they're also rather slow, I found, which is why the lumbermen are almost as quick. So yeah. Now you do get a magic user, tree minders. They're half decent, but they're very easy to get. I remember having quite a few units in each of my armies. So they're a good counter. I mean, they are useful against armour. You have melee options. Now that's a melee unit, but I wouldn't put them in the front line. I wouldn't. Your frontline melee units, or your melee units to back up your spearmen, would be the Argonian swordsmen and Argonian men-at-arms. Now, both are capable. I won't say anything negative about them. They're capable. But once you get the mercenary guild, you want to go for these units. Blackwood swordsmen, Blackwood heavy swords, fighter swords, fighter heavy swordsmen. Those are much better in actually being a frontline unit or backing up your spearmen than these two. At least that's what I found in campaign. Now you do have a limited unit of javelin men, the fishmen. However, they are only available from either one or just a couple of settlements, and those are in the southern part of your empire. So even at the start of your campaign, getting them up to your northern and western borders is a bit of an issue, and after that, retraining them is just terrible, unless of course you mod the files and make them available in every settlement. But yeah, I mean, they're a good unit and deal out a good amount of damage, although it says missile 5 and those are missile 6. They are good, again effective against armour, but you can only get them from a few places. Now a better skirmish unit would be this unit, Malmeri men-at-arms. Now you can only get these units after you get a certain script activated, and after the script is activated, then their building becomes available, and then you can start getting them. So those are actually pretty good as a skirmish unit, and I mean they do cost more, but these will be available all over your empire once that script is activated. So they're quite good. I like them. You get your generic artillery, but they will slow you down on the map. The map is quite big, and considering the range of these units, you don't really need them. I would only use them for naval invasions, so that you can hit enemy settlements on the first turn, if you find any that are lightly defended. So I don't normally use them on land, they just slow you down too much. Now, Orgnum, the Eternal King, he's available through a script. I think you have to capture a rebel settlement in the lands of the Palatine, and then you get him, and with him you get the Sifum with Nodachi, Sifum with Naganadas, and Sifum with Yumi. All very powerful units. He's very powerful, although once he becomes available to you through that script, I don't think his loyalty is particularly great. Yeah, I don't think it was. I seem to remember leaving him behind in settlements, but he is very powerful. He's got 5 hit points, massive attack and defense and charge. However, these units that you get with him through his scripted army, they're absolute beasts. I would definitely suggest trying to get them through that script, because I've faced these units, I've used them in the campaign, and I've faced them, and they just take forever to kill off. I mean, they're really, really tough. So, pretty awesome, but again, only available through a script. So yeah. Right. Have we missed any? You do get heavier spears. So, if you've got the money and the economy, replace the militia with those, and they'll hold out even longer. So, again, I'd have both of those as frontline troops, just so the enemy has to chew through them. Now, quite often with spearmen, you want to kind of put them on the flanks to counter the enemy cavalry. However, the fact that you've got several units you can put down stakes right from the turn 1, put the stakes on the flanks, and that will encourage the enemy cavalry to make frontal charges against you. The enemy isn't too bright, it is Total War AI. This mod does not make the AI any better, it does not. So, not a terrible faction. Again, most of the killing power is in the missile units, these two especially, and then you've got the several javelin units. If you played the 4th era campaign, you'd also have access to that one as well. Am I missing any? Let's see. One of you, yeah, you've got the missiles, don't you? You've got javelins. So we've got 2 javelin units. Right. These ones cannot actually put down stakes. But again, look at their defense. 16, 11 and 20. And they all come with him. I think he gets a full stack, including those. So, yeah. Now in the campaign, if you choose a short campaign, you only have to take out one faction. That's a faction to your north. So I would say, don't even worry about building up the barracks. Just get your most basic barracks, get these, rush north with as many as possible. Because the faction you have to take out is actually somewhat weaker than the Argonians with a smaller roster. And again, you can get most of your kills just from this unit. The only time I would bring cavalry is if I really had to go after an enemy that had a lot of artillery and was able to hit us beyond their range. But again, your cavalry is so weak. Although it does say 2 hit points, it is so weak. It will get beaten every time by the enemy cavalry, especially if you're playing on hard or very hard. So we will be doing more faction overviews of literally every faction in every fantasy mod. So until then, thank you.